going on YouTube? It's your boy, you know the vibes, man. We back with another Division 2 video. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you. Almost at 12K, guys. Hit that sub button. Subscribe if you're new, man. Hit that button. This is where you want to be. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself. So I finally made that Ravenous build. I'm telling you, man, this build does the job. It gets it done. I'm having a lot of fun with this build right now. I am using a talent that I've never used before in this game, period. I've never even given it a shot. And I gotta tell you, man, I've been sadly mistaken. I should have given it a shot a long time ago, and I apologize. But let me know how you guys feel about the build, and you know, watch the gameplay footage. Of course, man, let me know how you feel in the comments down below. But I'll catch you guys at the end for the description. Peace. Oh, yo. Thank you guys for clicking this video. Like I always tell you guys, man, don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. Please subscribe to the channel, man. I appreciate you guys. Leave a like. It definitely helps the channel continue to grow. It allows us to continue to be able to pump out this content. And you know, let's get into the build, man. So I had to make a Ravenous build. I had to get my mind right. I had to get it done correct, right? The way I like it. Now, my Ravenous, my stats are pretty decent. This is pretty much how I re-rolled it. Did not come like this. I re-rolled it. And if you're wondering how I got the Ravenous, on my first completion of the raid, I got lucky and I got the Ravenous out of the box. So, you know, shout out to the RNG gods for that. I don't really read the whole talent. I'll leave the talent up there for you guys to read as I explain. You guys are paying attention to the barrel. It's going to shoot 2 rifle bullets at once. So the way you want to proc it is you want to shoot from your right shoulder, and as you're shooting from your right shoulder, you're going to be pretty much priming the offensive. And then once you switch it to your left shoulder, that's when the explosion happens. And then when you switch back to your right shoulder, you'll start gaining bonus armor. And then you'll switch back to your left, explosion. Back to the right, bonus armor. So that's pretty much the flow of how you want to run this build and run this gun, right? The classic M1A, I'm running this for obvious reasons, just because it's a rifle build, and of course it has boomerang, so of course critical hits have a 50% chance to return the bullet to the magazine. If a bullet is returned to the magazine, the next shot has a 40% increase damage. So that's something that, you know, might want to pay attention to, just in case you want to swap it out. Let's get into the build. I know I showed you guys on the thumbnail, it said 40% explosive damage. So I'm telling you, that's really what it is. 40% explosive damage. And I'll explain to you how you get 40% explosive damage without having to spec into anything crazy specifically. And the explosive damage is what you want on this build because of the explosion that you get from running the Ravenous. So you want to run One Piece China Light, which gives you a brand set bonus of 15% explosive damage. So typically I would have liked to have at least crit hit damage and crit chance on this build. Like that's the way I would run it. And then if I had those two talents already, I'll probably leave the mod slot and I'll roll the skill tier off for maybe something like let's say weapon damage. You want weapon damage on this build, right? Just so it can make the build hit just a little bit harder. On the chest piece, I'm running Walker and Harris. I'm running 2-piece Walker for weapon damage and damage to armor. Now I know you guys are like, what? Braced? I'm telling you, I realized that, I mean, maybe on PC you might not want to run braced, but for me on console, it just made it that much easier for me to even get those primes, to actually get those ticks to spark. You know, you want the explosion to go off. It's not going to go off unless you're hitting your shots, and I didn't realize how good brace was until I actually tried it. So, you know, while in cover, weapon handling is increased by 45%. That also means reload speed. That also means stability. That's everything that has to go into your weapon handling. Anything that goes into handling that weapon will get a bonus increase of 45%, right? Just keep that in mind. I'm running 2-piece group bow for 15% critical hit damage and 15% explosive damage. So right away, just by equipping 2-piece group bow, you have 30% explosive damage. So just keep that in mind. That's how you want to run it. Right, and on the backpack I am running vigilance, and that's for obvious reasons. Increases total weapon damage by 25%. Taking damage disables this buff for 4 seconds. So don't worry, you are going to take damage at times, but I really wouldn't stress myself over it. And like I told you guys, you're going to run 2-piece Gruppo to get that explosive damage. And I'm running Fox Preyer's knee pads for obvious reasons. I do believe it's the best in slot if you're going to run a rifle. Even after they change the damage to target out of cover to 8%, it's still amazing. Definitely run the Fox Preyers. How did I get 40% explosive damage? Just by having Demolitionist equipped. So just by equipping Demolitionist, one of the attributes on the tree is going to give you 10%. I said it, 10% explosive damage. So you got 10% explosive damage plus another 15%, which is 25, and then you get another 15 from 2-piece Gruppo, which is 40. That's going to tie into that Ravenous damage. And I'm running the Revive Hive and the Decoy, and that's going to give you a little bit of energy, and just in case you get dropped, you got the Revive Hive just to pick you right back up. So let's talk about the stats a little bit. I'm running 41% critical hit chance and 161% critical hit damage. So this is not a max crit chance build, but it's enough to get the job done. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty much how you want to have it. Like, it's enough to get it done. Okay, so I'll get into more stats as well. So right now I'm pretty much have 80% all weapons and pretty much 40%. So you're right around 120% damage on this build with 40% explosive damage. So you got to pay attention into those things. So those two things are going to come together. Like, this explosive damage is what you need. And if you see the breakdown for explosive damage, you can see that I'm getting the explosive damage from Demolitionist, and I'm also getting it from Gruppo and China Leg. That's how you want to have this build set up. I'm not sure if you guys want to run it a different way. For me, it made the most sense to have a lot of explosive damage on this build. Like I said, man, if you guys don't like it, you know, let me know down below as well. Like, I'm all open, I'm all ears for how you want to run this build. I haven't tried it in PvP. Ideally I would try to have some more armor, but it's going to take some time for me to say whether or not this is a PvP weapon at this moment. But for me right now, this is how I run the build in PvE. Yes, PvE. If you run into people that ran it in the dark zone, you know, so be it. You can always run Unbreakable. You can always run something else. Maybe you want to try Bloodsuck, or you want to try Adrenaline Rush, or you want to try Intimidate. But just keep in mind, if you try Intimidate, you got to keep in mind that Intimidate only works within 10 meters. So you want to keep that in mind as well, right? So, you know, this is the build, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you guys feel about it, man. It's your boy. You know the vibes, man. We out of here. Peace.